Log 290821-2. It is CoatShirtTie, and welcome back to another part of Metroid Prime. In the previous part, we entered ourselves through the Chozo ruins, got ourselves the missile and the morph ball, and in this part, we're gonna add a little bit more juice to the power beam and recover our morph ball bomb. Let's get rid of these puff stools. They don't do any damage even though you're in your stench, but when you explode them, I think they do about 5 damage on you. But alas, let's proceed to where we need to get the charge beam. Oh! Hint time! Cordite wall. Missile expansion. Now we've got 15 underneath our belt. Oh! Ouch. Acid. And another round of shriek bats. And another door we need to missile down. Now, by common approach, it's always good to take the higher ground. But this time, we need to take the lower ground. Because we need to find these runic symbols. 4 runic symbols in this room must be activated. That marks 1 of 4. Clear out these blast caps. Why I call them puff stools as if I'm playing Pikmin. But that's second 1 out of 4. A little bit further, we can get the third one. Now, it's rather difficult to get it from above there since that pedestal right there covers the second one. Let's backtrack a little bit. Knock it on its butt, and then climb upwards. This time taking mind of the Reaper vines that we just heard overhead. Oh, and make sure to stay close to stay further from them when they were tracked. Jump to this one, and there's the last symbol. And we'll grab that hammer symbol to unlock the gate. And this ain't an ominous sight. Now, if you walk to them, you get damaged. Little healthy tidbit, just make sure not to run into enemies. Here's a new Chozo lore. We have returned to Talon 4, born here against our will by a great cataclysm from the reaches of space. A meteor came, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Though we perceive this from beyond space and time, it was but a curiosity, a brief flare in the infinite march of the universe. But the meteor brought with it a corruption, a great poison forth into the land, clawing at the life with such violence that we were ripped from our peaceful state and found ourselves wandering as shadows of the mortal forms we left behind, searching for why we are here. I guess born against their will, they decided to come back. It's an unfortunate sight, but we obtain the charge beam. Press and hold A to charge. Release to fire. Additional data, press start. And those guys, whose eyes were recently closed, have now begun open. And they go in rather different directions. But with our newly acquired charge beam, which could also act as a missile launcher on occasion if we run out of things, we can do this. Let's scan this thing first. Unidentified obstruction approximately 1 meter wide blocks the hole. And to take that out, we need morph ball bombs, which we're going to be getting later on. We'll visit this room later, but I want to visit it when we have enough of our body, well, I guess enough upgrades, in order to get all the items here. For now, let's go ahead and head back. Was half expecting some shriek bats, but I guess we were just 0 rooms away from it. But the blast caps have returned. Let's take them out. See, we can pass through them without any difficulty. Unlike those acid pools. Just go ahead and slowly clear our way up and outwards here. But path of corruption leads even higher. And higher we need to go. Oh, and with the charge beam, we can draw in that power-up, and hopefully that, yes, missile launcher. Get rid of those shriek bats. No further power-ups. And those shriek bats we noted in the last part. One missile and done. We'll, no, we have to get closer. No, we can't jump towards that area. We have to take the morph ball way through. Okay. Charge it up. And another sound of a pickup that's located above us, but we can't get to it. Another loading room. More of these ions. Be a lot easier to deal with since we have our charge beam. And you can charge it just enough to time it in order to release a charge shot without having to see the giant ball. Now, let's backtrack a little bit. Now, if we head right, it leads down to that, before we do that, it leads down to an area right here that we can get to. And apparently acid is considered water. It just shows that there's a toxin in the water that we need to mind. But onwards. Grab that energy right there. Looks like something we can fit ourselves into, but the more important thing we need to scan is right here. This is a stone toad. Bracelet creature smaller than itself. Vulnerable only from within. Yeah. Those things eat morph balls. In order to get out of it, we need to use a bomb. And it just so happens that that bomb is in this room. Let's introduce ourselves to the third part of this tutorial. Behold, the Incinerator Drone! Device schematics indicate a high risk of malfunction when the internal power core is damaged. The unit has minimal combat programming, but can defend itself as necessary. The drone's intense heat blasts compensate for its lack of battle prowess. So, we just need to dodge this guy, those flames right here. Keep mind of that. I doubt we'll get a no damage run, but once it reaches that, we're able to damage it, but it shoots its fire up into that hive right there, which introduces a new type of enemy, which is another part of the tutorial we need to mind. Sometimes you might be facing two different enemies, as you wish. Barbed War Wasp. The cousin of the War Wasp that can shoot, and we got damaged. But let's scan this door to make sure we get that locked door. This War Wasp can shoot its stinger in front of us. Get out of the way. Let me shoot that. It can shoot its stinger in front of us and it can damage us. But if we're lucky enough, we can get rid of it. And even though they come in at a time, I'm losing my thoughts. Just dodge and weave, hit things. Ow! Don't get hits. Do get hit while you're saying that. Oh, tell me there's gonna be more that come out as soon as I hit more of those fire things. Oh! Dodge that! Oh, and another way of damaging it without having to use missiles is to use the charge beam. But enough of that fire has effectively killed it and the hive. So no more need of that worrying wasps. They will appear for some time, but we've effectively killed the main hive. But I guess it's something to note that I will go ahead and mention this after we get this Morph Ball bomb. Morph Ball bomb acquired. While in Morph Ball mode, press A to drop a Morph Ball bomb. Additional data, press start. It's something to note that the water here was probably a cooling unit in order to help out with the Incinerator Drone. And maybe that same water got into the system and corrupted it from within. That's why it became hostile. Another missile expansion. As soon as we bomb that side, that had that little telluric alloy. That's something else to note inside some of the notes that bombs can destroy. But with that bomb, we can backtrack. We can bomb doors to open it so we don't have to go out of our form. We can use bombs to climb up. Yep. And try to climb up. Try to climb up again. Wait for the loading door. And more importantly, that stone toad we saw, we can go in it, bomb it, and a rather sad way to go, but we can effectively clear it, scan this thing, which is a standard bomb slot, and start the puzzle. Actually, our first puzzle. Now, there's the part of me that wants to go the shortcut route, but let's show how much time this game gives. We will go right after I get this hint system, which is related to the puzzle that we're doing. We'll go up here, and morph ball back in. And let's be cheap, I don't want to waste this time. When I tried doing a trial run of this, I kind of messed up. That opens that bomb slot, which activates those pedestals, but we're still running on a time clock. Now, the hard way would just be to go around, but I remember messing up one time, so I had to reset the thing entirely. But jump here, 2, 3, morph ball. Okay, come on. Almost. Get into the slot. There we go. And that is the first of a number of puzzles you can find in Metroid Prime. That raises up those platforms, unlocks the door right over there, and we can go ahead and discover whatever that energy spike is, which is another energy tank to save the spoilers, for those of you who've played this game. Move ball again. A lot faster to go through, rather than walking. Through this hole, and in through here, and as soon as we get out, exit out, more energy. There's a lot of enemies moving around the radar. We're in the furnace, by the way, just to take note. And now to backtrack. Now, I guess I could talk a little bit about why I'm doing this Let's Play, and how I'm doing this Let's Play. Now, personally, I like doing it in one take. I want to make sure that I can at least put the practice I've been using to just for my little tidbits in my practicing commentary playlist to see how well I can keep up a conversation, make things interesting. Oh, and you can skip the ions by just bombing this bottom part and using the morph ball. And see what I can improve on the next time I try doing a one take. Just run from these shriek bats. And I think I'll call it right here, but before I call it right here, we're gonna try getting that little expansion, which is a missile tank, just above here. If I don't get it, then I'll try again. Bomb right here, bomb up there. First try. Well done. Alright, we'll wall our way down here. And we're at full health, we don't have to worry about much. But to the save room. Save. Shower. And to recap what we've done so far, we've obtained the charge beam, we've gotten the morph ball booster, well, morph ball bomb, not booster, that's a lot later, and we've gotten a few missile expansion tanks along the way. Next time, we're going to go ahead and search for the main source of all these toxins and what's changed What's changed the water into acid? We'll see you guys then.